Reverse would be great when I have to go backwards. So, I am in the car. I swear that's all I ever do. I wanted to collaborate with Anthony and kind of talk to Carly about a few things and see about meal prep. And we were both making fun of Anthony. She goes, if he doesn't have food, I feed him. And she fed him lunch today. He's like, lunch? And I was like, nope. So, I was like, I don't feel like going to get lunch and I'm not hungry in any manner. So, I am going to head back and go get Xander. And I have some ideas for some meal prep. And Anthony's like, oh, I remember doing the breakfast sandwiches. He goes, that was so awesome. I was like, I know, right? I was like, but it's getting the table cleaned off and getting everybody to participate, because it's kind of hard when you're knocking out, like, I scrambled 3 dozen eggs, and that stuff goes really far. And I could, like, I'd like to have some for the house. Not that my kids eat in the morning. I swear they wait until the last second to leave, so they don't have time to eat a breakfast burrito. But their doctor at the VA, because they're in radiology, they have to have a doctor above them. He does not eat meat. And so, like, the quinoa enchilada thing is perfect last week, or 2 weeks ago, whatever now, because everything's like getting jumbled together. That thing is my stomach. All meat free. Sorry, I forgot every thought I had. And so I'm trying to keep that in mind, because I've sent stuff, like I have just had Jimmy John's deliver sandwiches. Well, I never thought to get any that didn't have meat on them, and he isn't so strict that he won't eat anything that touches meat. And so I want to keep that in mind, and then keep in mind, you know, breakfast items, the whole 9. So and it's easier. Like, I was like, why don't you just take them at the beginning of the week? You're not having to worry about grabbing your breakfast out in every single morning or lunch in this aspect. And he said that has worked out actually really well. And so I waited, and he said before I started doing the meal prep, he had no problem taking care of himself, and he had no problem making his own lunch and breakfast and blah blah blah, that he'll just do the meal bar replacement, because I got him a bunch of Cliff bars. I found him a really good deal. They're like 90 cents, 98 cents a piece, and Walmart wants much more than that, like $1.50 a piece. And so he like goes on, and then I started doing the meal prep. Well, then I took this week off, and literally he hasn't had anything to eat. I was like, what happened to you can cook for yourself and you can make your own food? He's like, I got peanut butter and jelly. I got peanut butter. And I was like, that's not like a proper food. Like, this coming from me, you can't live on peanut butter. And if I could, I would. Kid you not. And I would happily do it. So I want to kind of do that stuff, and I'm not going to get like the jumbo sized tortillas anymore. I mean, a small one is good enough, and what have you. So I spent yesterday figuring out what it is I wanted to do what works for us, what works for him, what would work at work, and gathered some ideas today to kind of figure that out. And then I am gonna go shopping, and I kind of yesterday talked to Anthony about getting the, I will remember what it is, the TV stands. So on their website there isn't much of a choice, and so I'm gonna go ahead and go in. I'm gonna go grab Xander. It's an early day, and then excuse me, and then him and I will go, and Anthony only has 2 more things, and he's gonna take the rest of the day off. And I will call him when I head that way and see if he wants to meet up with us. I wish. So our Walmart is now just kind of getting around to that grocery pickup. And we do not have a 2-hour window, period. My friend, and on the site it says if you order it, it can be ready in 2 hours, and that is BS. So I went to go order something. It was like, no, it was 9 o'clock. I needed potatoes, and I didn't want to necessarily walk in, and I needed some Mango Tango Gain soap because I use it on my clothes. I like the smell of it. For a while I was like literally obsessed. I had floor cleaner, dish soap, laundry detergent, and fabric softener. And so I wanted to order that because it was cheaper. I started to order, it was like $100 and something for 4 things of Tide, 4 things of Gain. And then I looked on Amazon and I canceled the order really quick because it was more expensive, like by quite a bit. Like they wanted $86 for 4 of the same size Tide, or same size Gain on Amazon, and Walmart only wanted $43 for all 4. And I was like, that's ridiculous. And Tide was the same thing. They wanted like $20 more, and I was like, I'm not spending the extra money for that. And so I canceled that order. But so I went to go place the order because I hadn't got the Gain yet. I had already gotten the Tide, but I wasn't in a big hurry to grab the Gain. And so I was like, I'll do it now. And went to go place it in the grocery cart and make sure of the time to pick it up, because I was like, 2 hours, I'll be in town about noon, that works. And so I looked at the window, and the soonest I could get it was 7 o'clock at night. And I was like, okay, that's like 8 hours from now. That's ridiculous. So when I went in yesterday, I went to look for the Tide, or sorry, the Gain, and they didn't even have any. I was like, that's ridiculous. So I was like, that's not gonna work for me because I wanted it today. And so I just placed the order to have it delivered to me. Oh, my nose. And let's see if they ship UPS, or yeah, UPS, guarantee that soap's gonna get chucked around, because I don't know what it is. They're still doing it and still breaking things, or things just not showing up, or not showing up on my choice, blah blah blah. Like, it literally said the packages for Mom were in Portland, one was in Pendleton, but none of them were going to be delivered today. I was like, okay. And so they were dropped off on my porch. I was like, excuse me? So I was like, that's ridiculous. So they don't even update their system very well. But like I said, I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna go shopping. And then I am going to chill out because I've got a bunch of other stuff to go on and do. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.